Gentleman yields back. Chair now recognizes gentlelady from Pennsylvania, Ms. Houlahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you all for being here today. And Ms. Thompson, I wanted to start with you. We are here to talk about the European theater. We're here to talk about our commitments to Europe and the NATO allies. I wanted to raise concerns about remarks that we have recently experienced over the last 3 days in terms of the tariffs that are going to be levied across the entire world, including, of course, many of our allies in Europe. Senator Rubio recently argued that these tariffs would not meaningfully affect European defense budgets or NATO's cohesion, and he suggested that the tariffs would be justified without undermining readiness of our allies. I worry very much that based on your opening testimony, asking our NATO allies to spend more, build more, that tariffs cannot possibly not affect readiness. Can you please expound with me on your perspective from the DoD on how might the imposition of significant tariffs impact our European allies and their ability to meet NATO defense spending requirements as levied by this administration?
Thank you for the question, Congresswoman, and it's an important dynamic that you bring up, so I appreciate you highlighting it. What I would say from the Department of Defense's purview and lane, because I don't want to speak for the broader implications of tariffs on diplomatic relationships or their effects, because that's more in Commerce Treasury lane, but what I would say from the Department's perspective is what we want to make sure is that any levers we're pulling don't impede our objective, as the Secretary has stated in his first visit to NATO, which is a strong transatlantic industrial base on both sides of the Atlantic. That includes bolstering not only our own production, our own defense industrial base, but also Europeans investing in theirs, and we want to ensure that they're certainly able to do so in their comparative advantage.
So I'm gonna stop, because I don't think that you can differentiate between the Defense Department and commerce in this sense. This is absolutely the industrial base. The defense industrial base is directly connected to commerce, and our commerce is directly connected to that of our allies and our friends. And I think that we can't possibly believe that our actions on the national level to impose very, very high tariffs and levies upon our allies could not affect their readiness and their ability to produce and manufacture and even buy from the United States those weapon systems, amongst other things. I'm really frustrated, to be honest, with your testimony, which has consistently been evasive and consistently tried to say that it's not within your lane to comment on things. And I guess I went back to try to understand your position and your tenure. And I've got to be honest, you know, it appears as though you've been in this job very short amount of time, and it appears as though you've been here a very, very short amount of time. And so I would ask the administration why you're the person that they asked us to talk to about these issues, because it just doesn't seem as though you have the knowledge to be able to answer the questions. I will echo my colleagues' frustration that I don't want to waste my time on these questions. General Cavoli, I'm so sorry about the soldiers that we lost in Lithuania. I am very, very sorry, particularly for their soldiers themselves and their families, but I'm also particularly saddened. That is the partner nation with Pennsylvania, and so I take it very, very seriously that we have an amazing alliance with the Lithuanians, and worry very, very much that our men and women, Pennsylvanians, will be in harm's way, possibly if we don't find the way to peace and we don't find the way to address Putin's aggression, not just with Ukraine, but his intents with the rest of the European continent, I believe. I also do want to thank you so much for your service, sir, and I really do hope that you have opportunities to enjoy the remainder of whatever life brings you. I'm very, very grateful to you. With that, I yield back.